Hi, my name's Helen Crump and I'd like to welcome you to this presentation about learning and networking. First of all, I'm going to take a look at personal learning networks, or PLNs for short, and what they entail exactly. Then I'm going to give you a quick tour of how I'm developing my own personal learning network and how it's helping me learn more about online teaching and to develop as a networked practitioner. What's a personal learning network? A personal learning network comprises of an individual's personal interest or professional-oriented goal, together with a set of practices and techniques that have been designed for organising a range of content and sources selected for their value and usefulness in helping to realise that goal. A personal learning network is made up of personal connections and conversations facilitated within a personal learning environment, or PLE, which is typically made up of a collection of web tools, artifacts, and interrelated links, feeds, and profiles over a multitude of sites. But why a PLN? Well, we have all seen this picture here. Getting information off the internet is like taking a drink from a fire hydrant. But a PLN can act as a filtering system to help you cope with information overload, and it does this by allowing you to apply different search algorithms when you're looking for information. Algorithms are rules that you can follow in calculations or other problem-solving activities. And there's really three types of algorithms. There's technical algorithms, and these you would be familiar with in search engines such as Google, Wikipedia, and say Bing, for example. Then there's personalized algorithms, which are commonly RSS feeds, and this would deliver personalized or tailored information to you, and this would be say Google Reader or maybe NetVibes. Then there's the social algorithms, which come into play in network connections, and this is all the processes that you think about when you think, who can I connect with to help me find the required information? So as Kay Shirky says, it's not information overload, it's filter failure. So, design your personal learning network and build your filters. Well, there's a few different ways of thinking about designing personal learning networks, but this graphic here from Joyce Setzinger I think is a particularly useful way of thinking about how you want to design your personal learning network and what tools you can build in as your filters, and that's really filters for the input and the output of information. Anyway, once you have designed your personal learning network, you can use it for organising links and sources, for asking and answering questions, for curating content, and for reflecting on learning. But you know, that's only half the story. You can design your personal learning network and work smarter too, because it will help you narrate your work and make your tacit knowledge visible. You could get feedback and inspiration from others. You can collaborate on projects and research, and hopefully become more innovative. As Harold Jarkey says, we need to make social networks, communities of practice, and narrative part of the work, and it's a matter of developing both strong and weak network ties. Okay, so here's a quick tour of the tools and methods I'm using for developing my personal learning network. Here I've brought you to my blog. The blog, my blog I consider as a portfolio or showcase. Okay, so I have to say that posting your learning reflections to a blog is a bit unnerving at first, because essentially it's learning out loud. But it enables people potentially from all over the world, all over the web, to make comment and offer support and advice. And this helps you progress your learning and your networking. I brought you to week 2 because if I show you here, this is what I mean. When we go down to the comments, you can see that different people have offered me help and support. This was when I was looking at discussing learning platforms and the choice of platform, and all these lovely people actually took the time to make comment and progress the conversation here, so definitely. Here we have Twitter, which I have to say you have to think of as the staff room. It's a little bit like Chatter, but it's an excellent source of up-to-date information, and it's often vetted by your network or peers. If you look at my favourites, this is what I mean. So if you look here, this is all the information that I have saved of links that people in my network have passed on into Twitter, and I have thought worth looking at or worth saving. Another useful feature of Twitter is if you make lists. You can create lists of people with similar interests, and this is also another way of helping you to filter information. So this would be my list of people in Twitter. Okay. Facebook is also becoming quite a valuable part of a personal learning network, because I'm finding it to be particularly useful if it's set up as a closed group for informal and social interaction within a class. It's really good for just picking up tips and asking for help. And here we have Digo, which is a social bookmarking site, and it's really good for individuals to bookmark information that they come across on the web or that has been fed to them. But it's also quite good in a social or a group context, because groups or classes can also use it. And here you see I have 3 groups, or 4 at the moment, and this is where you can post as a group and share your links and sources. And now that I have discovered all this information on the internet, this is what I've been doing. I've been using Evernote to build my course. So I have clips here from my personal learning network, or from my information I filtered from the web, certain things that I really need for my course. And I have to say, I'm beginning to find Evernote really handy, because it's a good way. It's visual, it can be visual, and it's easy just to throw things into it and to really get going. So I've been building my course. So this is my guiding principle, my course textbook. I've also started to put together lessons from the information I have collected from the web, some certain resources. So I have activities from information, and I have intended learning outcomes. But the scary thing is I have things my course will need, and this is as I have progressed through the Cert course. I have added links and information to what my course requires. And then there's a really scary one down here, and this is, wait for it, this is course setup, skills I'll have to develop, and resources I have to make. And these are all the little things here that I really have to go back and think about, that I have discovered through Cert. Anyway, as we can see, that's a work in progress. Okay, so I am becoming to realise that a personal learning network is the lifeline of a networked practitioner. You see, it makes learning visible, and it helps build trust, which is the foundation of collaboration. And the real benefit of becoming a networked practitioner is that when you find something interesting, it often leads to someone interesting, and that someone often leads to entire networks of interesting people. I think I can definitely vouch for that. And you know what, this is important. As Alex Kuros points out, the tools come and go, but the relationships endure. So, a personal learning network for everyone. In week 22, we looked at personal learning networks, and this article by Gardner Campbell, there was a passage in it that really did stand out, and if you'll let me, I'll read it to you. In building, he calls personal learning networks personal cyber structure. Okay, so in building that personal cyber structure, students not only acquire crucial technical skills for their digital lives, but also would engage in work that provides richly teachable moments ranging from multimodal writing to information science, knowledge management, bibliographic instruction, and social networking. Fascinating and important innovations would emerge as students are able to shape their own cognition, learning expression, and reflection in a digital age, in a digital medium. Students would frame, curate, share, and direct their own engagement streams throughout the learning environment. Okay, and this was a comment from Renee Fox-Moore on the Cert course on week 22. She commented, "I know that there are many paths to setting up a personal cyber infrastructure. However, I would like to see a possible syllabus for creating this database and internet identity." So it's pretty much, should you choose to accept this mission, or better still, I'd say maybe embed opportunities for students to develop their own personal cyber infrastructure or personal learning network across the curriculum. Finally, thank you very much for listening to my presentation, and I'd like to thank Lisa M. Lane and all the folks in the Cert community for all the support and encouragement that I've received on my quest to gain the knowledge and skills required for teaching online. It's really appreciated, and I hope you can see that I really have been on quite a journey and learned quite a lot. So thank you very much.